A radical. We are never ever allowed to have a radical in the denominator. Correct? So now I have this problem. 10 over the square root of 7 minus the square root of 2. Use what I just talked about over there.
You do that thing where you can't have the radical, so you multiply it by the top and bottom by the
Absolutely.
denominator.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You did. But what do I multiply by? Just the denominator?
The radical
and then the numerator.
So what are we? Multiply by
7
square root of 7
minus
minus
the square root of
square root of 2. Alright? Let's do that. I'm going to do that over here. Square root of 7 minus the square root of 2
Don't you have to change
times the square root of 7 minus the square root of 2. Let's try that real quick. Alright? Square root of 7 times the square root of 7 is 7. Square root of 7 times negative square root of 2 is minus square root of 14. Negative square root of 2 times negative square root of 7. Minus square root of 14, right? And negative square root of 2 times negative square root of 2. Plus 2, right? Negative, negative gets positive. If I combine these, what do I get?
5 minus 14.
Minus 2 square root of 14. And then combine the 7 and the 2 and get
5.
9. Very good. Alright.
What?
If I did that in my numerator, or sorry, denominator,
It's a
I'm
positive.
still going to have a radical, right?
So add the 2, add the thing.
So this one I should what?
Add.
Add. Because just like that guy over there,
You gotta do that.
these guys were in the middle and they should cancel out. So just like this guy over here, these two canceled out, that's where my two radicals would be. So I just want to square the first term and the second term, and then all my radicals are gone. What?
That's a good one. Couldn't we just multiply it by radical 14?
Multiply this by radical 14. If I did that,
And that.
I got to multiply both. So now I get 9 radical 14 minus 28. That doesn't help me at all, right? Because I still got a radical. Only way to do that is to multiply it by this. All right, this is called the conjugate. All right, and the conjugate's really easy. Whatever you have in the denominator, you flip that middle sign. If it's negative, it'll become positive. If it was positive, it'll become negative. So before we even go further, Vanessa, help me out. If I have square root of 5 minus the square root of 6, what's the conjugate of that?
5
Well, square root of 5 plus the square root of 6. Alright, that's conjugate. Pretty simple. Alright, that's what we multiply by to make sure we have no radicals in our denominator. But remember, what do we have to multiply something so that it doesn't change at all? By 1. Alright, so what has to be in my numerator?
1.
A 1. You sure?
No, it's got to be radical 7.
Say that again? The same thing. Alright, just like you was saying, it has to be whatever's in the denominator. So radical 7 plus radical 2. Alright, whatever's on the top has to be on the bottom, and it's just 1. Alright, got me there?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's do that. If I multiply these, what should I expect to be my denominator? Since I know from over there that my middle terms are going to cancel out, what's the only thing left? I'm going to multiply these? I should just have what squared minus what squared.
7.
You should just have the
7.
10.
I
What?
should
What,
just
what
have
7.
the first thing squared and the second thing squared, right? Because I know, since I'm multiplying by the conjugate, it's a special thing, these guys are going to cancel out. I don't even care about those.
Is it 7 squared?
So I should have the square root of 7 squared, which is
And then the square root.
minus
The square root of 2.
square root of 2 squared. Right? That's it.
7
But you got positive and
Exactly.
Why are you making it so hard?
I'm reading you. Shush. Square root of 7 squared is 7. Square root of 2 squared is 2. What's 7 minus 2?
Mr. Albright, but you got positive and negative. Like, that just Harry said 25.
The answer is not Mr. Albright. It's fine. The answer is
Yes.
What were you saying?
3 over
I had
5.
plus or minus what?
You got plus or minus radical 2.
You did all that.
Right.
Ow.
If you FOIL these out, what should you get?
He's only
Negative.
always good.
Square root.
Right song here, you see.
Minus square root of 2. Minus 2. Alright, so now all you got to do on the top is distribute that 10. But before we do that, let's look at something. If I don't distribute that yet, I'd have square root of 7 minus square root of 2 plus square root of 2. Alright? What do I notice about this 10 and 5?
They have a common side.
What's 10 over 5 equal to?
2.
2. So now I just have 2 square root of 7 plus square root of 2. If I distribute that guy, what do I get?
Come on.
2 square root of 7 plus 2 square root of 2.
I thought we were
And we are done.
That's your answer.
Because can I combine these two?
No.
Square root of 7 square root of 2? That's it.
My hair.
Alright?
Can't break your spoon.
So right now, try that number 4 problem at the bottom. First, just identify what the conjugate is. Yeah.
So you divided it by 5?
Yeah, 10 divided by 5.
Why don't you do nothing inside?
Because it's multiplication. As long as it's multiplication, it's like this times that. I can take it out of the front and break it down. It's just 2. It's like having 10 times 2 over 5. It's like having that. What's 10 divided by 5? It's 2 times 2. And that works the same way. If I multiply 10 times 2, I get 20 divided by 5, which is 4. Which 2 times 2 is 6. So as long as that's multiplication in between these two, I can do that. If that was addition or subtraction, I can't do it. Alright, try that number 4 at the bottom of your sheet. Let's try to get it done before the end of the
Number
class.
4.
Forgot already.
He's not there.
Alright.
Why do you square that?
What, the bottom?
Yeah.
Because when you multiply by the conjugate, you know that you're only going to have the first term squared, this guy, minus the second term squared.
I just hate
Same thing with this guy.
fractions. I know this one has fractions.
Same thing with this guy. No, no.
Yes, it does.
No, no. Just like this
You
guy.
have to distribute by fractions, right?
No.
Yes, on this one.
Just do it. Just try. So just like this guy over here under these, the only difference between these two were the plus and minus. My answer was 4x squared minus 9, right? That's the same across the board. It's the first thing squared, this guy, minus the second thing squared, this guy. It's going to be the same thing for radicals. Try this. Yeah, I'll be straight up. This is a difficult topic. So getting this, like, put you over ahead of anyone else coming in next year. That's going to take geometry.
You're only doing this for the
I don't
What?
want to talk.
Now it should.
So you add these to them?
No. That's what you're talking about.
What's up, guy?
What?
You just started Albright.
I don't know, I'm just copying the one.
Alright, once you
Check
square
it.
it,
Let me tell you before we run out of time, your homework tonight,
homework.
Homework.
24 to 29 on the back, 33 to 35. That's it. I'm taking 6 problems off. You're welcome.
Wait, what? Repeat that. What?
Write it down because I'm not writing it on school.
My
I'm gonna
mom put it
forget.
in the
What?
dryer. In like
Yeah, 1 second.
the dryer.
25,
24.
And
What is it?
it moved around in a
24, 29.
weird shape on the side.
And then?
And 34.
33 to 35.
33 to 35.
I'm
you're not doing 6.
Three, I mean, just right here.
Do it back. Alright, again, everyone, homework is over there.
Wait, what do you say? What's the homework?
Juliet's gonna post it to Schoology. If she doesn't, it's her fault.
What if it's like
Like,
-3 divided by?
I wanna, what is the homework?
If you can't do it, no bueno.
yo, I don't know.
Throwing papers at me?
Can I?
All right.
We can still put,
Let me
we
see.
can
Hold on.
still, you lied to me.
I just need to find one.
No, you can't take people out.
Ooh, you didn't distribute the -3.
Oh, she's still trying permission.
I said don't ask her. Wait, check mine. I didn't say
So
that. Oh my God, how you gonna grade on that?
Did you turn yours in?
It's a negative, so someone should cancel out. All right, here we go. Before we run out of time, pay attention. We gotta go through kind of quick. Shh.
That's not the right problem.
I got it.
What? All right, here we go. So we got -3 over square root of 10 plus square root of 5. One of the hardest things that you're gonna have to do is just find out what the conjugate is. What's the conjugate? Mariah? You don't know? It's really simple, but it's gonna be the hardest thing. No? Vanessa, tell her what it is.
10?
It's 10.
Oh, -3.
Square root of 10
-5.
minus square root of 5. Awesome. It is literally just this with that sign flipped. Alright, and what is in the numerator, Vanessa? What's the numerator? The exact same thing. Square root of 10 minus square root of 5. Awesome. Simple. If we multiply this, alright, again, you guys can FOIL it if you want, but it is way easier if you just understand that it is the square root of 10 squared minus the square root of 5 squared. Alright? Or even more simple, you don't even have to know that. Just know that I know I want my radicals to disappear, so it should just come out as 10 minus 5